Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is a live-action remake of the 1991 classic Disney animation, directed by Bill Condon. It stars Emma Watson as Belle, who's growing up in a village where she's kind of frowned upon because she's intelligent, and she loves reading books, and she's pretty, and, you know, just stuff that a person should be. Then we also have this prince played by Dan Stevens, who, because of his extreme vanity, is cursed to become a hideous-looking beast until he can fall in love and make someone fall in love with him, and he has a limited amount of time in order to do this, and if it doesn't happen, he's going to be a beast forever. So as fate would have it, these two characters cross paths and form an unlikely relationship, kind of a interspecies weird relationship, and then it becomes a race against time to find out if she's going to fall in love with him. I'm not going to spoil it for the three people on this planet who haven't seen it, but that's it in a nutshell. So, you know, I'm not a massive fan of the original animated film. I've only seen it once or twice. Don't hate me. But I really did enjoy it, so I was quite looking forward to seeing what they did with this version. And look, visually it was stunning. Every frame was just so gorgeous to look at. The performances were great. Emma Watson, holy crap. She was the most perfect girl on this planet to play that role. She gave a really good performance. I mean, Belle is such a strong and interesting character, and she did absolute justice to it. I thought she was fantastic, and there was no stereotyping of her as Hermione from Harry Potter anymore. Like, she really became this character and did such a fantastic job. Dan Stevens was really good as the Beast. I'll get into that a little bit later because obviously there was a lot of CG for his character. I mean, I guess he motion captured it, but yeah, it was, yeah, you could tell he did a good job. Luke Evans played the sort of villain of the film, Gaston, and yeah, he was great. I loved that he wasn't too over the top. You know, you could almost like the guy, but he was still a bit of an a-hole. But I love Josh Gad as his sidekick LeFou, who obviously has a massive crush on the guy. He was so great in his performance. He was just, you know, a little bit over the top campy, but not to the point of being silly. And yeah, I dug his performance. He was just great in every scene he was in. But did I mention how good Emma Watson was? Because she was really, really good in this. The film was really well directed. I mean, all the visuals, like the production design, the art direction, everything. This movie is definitely going to win a few Oscars in those departments. So look, essentially, you know, if you've seen the 1991 version, it's not that far a stretch from that. It's not really that different. There's a couple of new songs here and there, and you know, it was dazzling seeing it as a live action film. I love what they're doing with all these Disney films now, turning them to live action films. You know, they're doing good. But yeah, essentially you're not getting anything different. But the only thing for me, you know, this movie does go for just over 2 hours, where the original went for an hour and a half, and I kind of felt that it shouldn't have. Like, it did go on a little bit too long. I wasn't bored, but I was kind of a little bit like, okay, let's get to the next bit. And aside from that, you know, it was obviously a difficult task to bring the Beast to life, but there were a lot of moments in the film I didn't think he looked realistic enough, and it took me out of the scene a little bit. Whenever you had a close-up of his face, he actually looked pretty good. Like, the hair texture, everything was just bang on, and his facial movements and everything were great. It was in the scenes where you saw him from a bit of a distance, where he was walking, things like that. He just looked unnatural, and I didn't buy it. And like the big scene in the ballroom where he dances with Belle, yeah, I don't know. He wasn't convincing enough. But aside from that, look, it's hard to say anything bad about this film. It was a beautiful movie. It was so wonderful to look at, absolutely dazzling. The performances were exceptionally good. Most of the CG was really good. I mean, you know, things like the clock and the candelabra and the teapot, etc. I thought they all looked really good. And oh my god, the voice cast in this film, holy crap. Ian McKellen, Ewan McGregor, Stanley Tucci, just tons of people. And aside from having just a little bit of a long running time, I did enjoy the film, and I'm going to give Beauty and the Beast an 8.5 out of 10. So I'll definitely be buying this when it comes out on Blu-ray, and yeah, it's definitely worth seeing on the big screen. Just don't do what I did, go and see it on the school holidays when you've got a cinema full of people that will not sit still, and you got a mum with a baby and like a 3-year-old kid next to you who keeps checking her phone for messages, and you got someone kicking the back of your seat, and you got teenage girls next to you that just won't stop talking. I mean, heck, if I can enjoy the movie this much when I got that going on around me, it must have been a good film. So thank you for taking the time to watch my review. If you're liking what I do, don't forget to click the subscribe button. I'd definitely like some more subscribers to my channel. And if you've seen Beauty and the Beast, let me know what you thought of it. Let me know what you thought of it in comparison to the original 1991 version. Which one did you like better? So drop me some comments either here or on Facebook. All the social media links are in the description below, because I like to talk about movies, and I would love to talk about movies with you. I'll see you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.